Okay, so we've done the first part of the if statement and it looks great. There it is. But the problem is now, if I copy that down like this, so if we fill down, as you can see, it's not really doing what it's supposed to. There are issues. If I carry on filling it down, it just gets worse. And that's because of the nature of our if statement. So if I just delete these, let's have a look. So if we fill this down, what it's going to do, because these are all relative cell references, it's just going to move the cells down as well as we fill down the formula. So if you just look here, so take this for example, what it's doing, if you look at the formula, it's saying if C12 equals E, then G12, which is right, times H7. H7, well that's there, alright, well that's not the price, okay, and it gets even worse. If C12 equals B, then G12 times H8, well that's that, and so on and so forth. So it's filled down because the cells are relative. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we're referring to these cells all the time as we fill down the formula, and to do this we need to make these cell references absolute cell references in the if statement. And to do that, this is an example of a cell reference. So this cell, I7, would be $I$7. That's that cell reference. Okay? So that's how we make it absolute. Then when we fill the formulas down, those cells remain static in the calculation. I'll show you. So it's H2, H3 and H4 we need to make relative. So in a statement we'll say $H, $2, $H, $3, $H, $4. Right, that should do it. So now when I copy down, everything looks okay, and we can just check. Category C, 0. Category B, 116 times 125. Let's do it, equals 116 times 125. Yeah, so it all looks like it's working okay. So we can then carry on, fill down, like so. I've put a total in at the bottom, which is a simple sum statement, and that's the prices calculated. Now the good thing about this is if I stop mucking about here, I'll change that to £4, it changes all this data automatically. And that's why we have formulas in spreadsheets, because it allows us to change data. And prices change, that won't change because the price is 0, but this will. So if I change this to say 300, it's gone up. Alright, so that's why we have formulas and functions in spreadsheets.